can hear me good? Loud and clear. Oh, goedemiddag, yo yo yo. Y'all should hear me good right now. No. What's going on? What is going on? Is it working now or? I'm not sure. Now it's good? Work now? Alright, better. Yeah, I know the issue, but I'm not that good. Alright, no trades today at all, yet. Of course we had CPI coming into the day, but it looked like more of a rejection, but we can also continue higher during the open as well. But this is not something I'm willing to trade. Let's short oil. I get what you're saying, but it's more looking like it's one expand higher. The most obvious short would be RB, but HO is not looking for shorts at all, although we are at this high. But throughout the triad, it's not looking like it's wanna go short yet during this current 4-hour candle. We can during the next that has potential, yeah. Today's indices look very conflicting, yeah. Coming in today, I was bullish around this piece of price action here, and CPI did the delivery to these highs. So what we want to see now is actually, are we willing to reverse from this high and this high basically throughout all the assets? Are we willing to reverse from that high? If yes, we can potentially look for shorts and to EQ the range. But if we are not looking or willing to reverse, we can look for potential continuations. But current 4-hour candle, I'm not willing to trade that yet. So then I'm just waiting. And as you all see, is this something you want to trade on the lower time frame as well? This is looking like a retracement and now it's slowly continuing higher. Wait, I forgot my Instagram post that I'm live. Good morning, yo, Caleb, yo, yo, yo. Do you trade OSOC? No. Live. Give me a second, guys. You all took a trade today already or also waiting? Why didn't you take CPI long? Since I'm not trading CPI, NFP or FOMC myself. No trade waiting. Yeah, I think most people are waiting. Yesterday I took a loss on HO, actually. My first trade of the week being a loser. Gold longs to the high looks good, but I need some kind of fractal to get involved. For example, this low or this gap, that's actually even better. But silver's blasting through the highs, so gold likely to catch up as well, but nothing to engage here for me. Since we maybe create a gap here as well, 30-minute gap, looking for some new fractal on gold. But the delivery should be to the highs, yeah. That's very clear. Shorted yen? Why yen? What a crazy wick. You shorted just based on the wick? I mean, it's already expanded very heavily, so is there anything you can target? No, not really. Maybe then another asset is better. EU longs. We still have all those highs. Look how ugly price action we have here on majors. What is assets are in exotics? Just some exotics I used to trade when I traded Forex, and I used to trade these majors here as well, but I switched to futures. I mean gold longs, 5 minutes CISD. This one here or this one here. Yeah, it can deliver still. 50 minutes as well. I just like then a gap continuation or a new fractal continuation. What I can do is I can review my trade. Maybe I'll learn something from it. Since I will drop this in my weekly recap Sunday as well, but maybe I can tell something about it. It was actually a long yesterday on HO from this gap, so we had the key level, we had the C2, we had the clean highs here to target, and y'all can see it delivered on the higher time frame. I just got stopped out, unfortunately. So I did trade during the 10 a.m. candle, if I'm not mistaken here, or the 6 a.m. Let me check. So I traded the C2 daily reversal here, and I traded the reversal on the 4 hours, since we have SMT here on the on the lows, like this, a swing SMT. We had the SMT with RB being strong, so we had the SMT to confirm the reversal. Then from the 4 hour I looked for a 1 hour or 30-minute fractal, and we get a clear gap to use. So I did use the first fractal here, and that was this fractal, like this, inside this 30-minute candle. Then I look for an entry, of course. So my entry was actually on this 3-minute CISD here, like this. Stop run into CISD with the fractals aligned from the gap continuation. Everything was there. Stop on the low, and I just targeted for, I think it was this high for, I targeted this high here, yeah, 5R, it was 5R. Just beyond that high I targeted like that. My entry was here. So this was basically my target, and I got stopped out here, and the gap still delivered higher. So good analysis from my end, good run. High time frame daily 4 hour was on point, just the lower time frame delivery was not that nice, and that's part of the game. On indices, I did not trade it indices this week yet. Indices look like kind of weird. Probably gonna wait until 10. Yeah, that's better to do. Even with those long wick. Am I willing to short this long wick on the 30 minute? Short, no, since then we are creating like a massive wick on the 4 hour as well. Like with this long wick, we still had like a lot of time left, like an hour after the release. So am I willing to short this as a reversal? No. But we still can during the next candle if it's supported or we long. For now, I'm a little bit tricked since it's not looking like we want to reverse yet from the high, but it can still unfold. Oh, that's balen. Yeah, it sucked. But it's part of the game. The analysis was good. Daily, 4 hour, all my rules were there. And then I'm trading the fractal, in this case 30 minute. But a little bit later, when I got stopped out, like the 1 hour gap delivered here into some decent trade. So then you've traded the 9 AM candle. Could have traded a CISD here within the 9 AM candle, like this. But the thing is, this is a pretty large stop loss for HO, like risk-wise. This would have been like $500, $400 risk with one contract, so that's not ideal. And it delivered like 2R, that's fine. But I'm looking to catch something today on the indices, since I don't really know with oil and RB, since I'm still pretty much bullish. RB is not really ideal to long. The best assets are HO, which already going, and CL here. Can we trade gold 5 minutes CISD? Yeah, it can, but I require a little bit more. So, bro, every reversal we trade in C2, if you trade a reversal, that's most likely a C2 candle, yeah. And it can be on the daily. I could have waited for like C2 to close on the 4 hour and then traded the 4 hour C3, so that's possible as well, yeah. Took a loss on RB during 10 AM yesterday as well. Wrong asset, RB longs. Like, where did I take my longs? I took my longs here at around 9. Yeah, to me the cleanest asset to reverse was actually HO from the daily and the 4 hour gap, and I just did not like all those lows. Even though we have SMT, we already can see here the consolidation prior to this move to gap continue, and we can see the reversal here is V-shaping reversal on HO, and that's something we want to see from key levels. On the higher time frame, like 4 hour, 1 hour, 30 minute, everything in alignment, we want a V-shape reverse, and that's what happened here and was not that nice on RB. So I preferred HO, but I think, yeah, CL would have worked as well to trade this longs at 10 AM, yeah. But also CL retraced a little bit deep, not that clean of a gap here. To me, HO was just the cleanest. 1 hour C3 10 AM continuation entry was like 10.25-ish. I mean, your bias was right on the assets inside the oil trade, so that's already good. And then the entry, that can fuck you up sometimes, yeah. You took like entry here at this CISD. That's not really something I should trade, even though it's making like a gap into CISD. We have this large of a move already. Overall analysis is really good. I mean, I cannot say a lot about it. It was a good fractal here as well. Just really unfortunate delivery and wrong asset, like you're saying, yeah. Anyone knows about his indicator. I mean, if someone will know about it, it's likely myself, and it's currently just private for yeah, my own use. I actually missed the open. Yo. Alright, we printed the gap on NQES, yeah, and even on YM as well. We have a PSP, since this is bullish on YM, okay. We have a gap on RTY. Yeah, this high is really sus on RTY, so it's likely to get that high taken out still. Yeah. So it's gonna be really interesting how we close inside this candle. We are pretty early to call this like a reversal. If this is actually reversing very strong on YM and the other assets as well, there's a potential to trade the 10 a.m. candle or longs if it's failing to actually reverse from this high. So both options are really open here to me. The reason for entry was because HO made a deeper retracement. I think it made a new wick for 10 a.m. then went higher. Ah, yeah, I see. Yeah, just really unfortunate. Good trade overall though. Great direction. It's clear only 5 minutes. Yeah, close to that low as well. In my opinion, it's still, yeah, a good loss. Would have preferred like one of the other assets since it was way more clear from a daily to 4 hour standpoint. But overall, good. I mean, you knew the move you were looking for inside the triad, and that's really the first thing you want to determine for a triad for that day or maybe a few days. Like if you trade C2, then you expect the next candle like today. I was still bullish today, but y'all can see it's starting to expand already from like the open into this high. So if I get stopped out inside this move and it's not delivering to my draw yet, I can still trade the next candle. So I do not really FOMO inside the top of this candle. Then I'm just waiting. Since I was really looking for the reversal here and then I'm not willing to engage really high, then I wait for the new candle. But as y'all can see, we opened up here, slow movement, weird gaps, and then we are just continuing higher. And then you just miss a move, and that's part of the game, yeah. YM shorts, yeah, it's very possible. But not yet, for me. Gold giving good RR. I mean, we are already close to the high here. Not really any SMT to support this idea here. Only a swing SMT like this. Yeah, that's alright too. The best thing is to wait for strength switch here on gold. Same, no entry given, was hoping for London low of the day. Yeah, it would have been ideal for like HO to seek some form of retracement into previous day range, potentially like a 1 hour gap, or even this opening gap here. That's fine too, but some sort of retracement, since yeah, now it's really overextended and just parabolic bullish somehow. And then you will just miss the move, even though your analysis is right, and it's okay. There's SMT on one. Yeah, I see. I just prefer to wait myself. How to get your indicator is not public. I'm sorry, just coded it for myself to make like my analysis a little bit easier sometimes. Why I'm going lower? Pretty much invalidating this gap, yeah. So we are, as usual, decoupled with the open. So YM pretty much leading down, ES middle, and Q just fucking around a little. RTY going lower, so it looks like RTY is in sync with YM to go potentially lower. We have like an SMT PSP here. Crazy ass wick here. So for now, holy candle. For now I will just wait what YM is doing with this low here, if it's reversing, and what NQ is doing here at that high. Make it public, maybe in the future. It's not even finished yet. Need some things to adjust. For your weekly trade recaps, can you go also over which trades were mechanically valid but isn't valid? That you wouldn't take. Yeah, I can do that. So first I will discuss my trades then, and maybe in the end some other trades. That's possible, if there is one. Strider, yo. How are you, bro? Yo, Ferocious, what does ADR mean? Your indicator shows it. Just the average daily range of like the past few days. So then we can expect like a potential expansion to that side. So it's basically like a math thing, like it's calculating the average ranges from the previous day range, and then it's dividing by like 5, In my settings you can change that as well. Oh, I have it like on 20, so it's the average on the last 20 trading days. Doing good, my man. Love to see the grind. Exactly. I thank God for today. About what? You got like a good trade or? So what is NQ gonna do here? Hmm. Yeah, I mean I can still see expansion coming on CL, RB and HO, but not really anything to engage in. Yeah, expanding, expanding, of course. Look at this movement from the entry here. Like if you are trading daily C2 candles, you can squeeze out so much. We have like strength switch on gold. How? Not really, right? What time frame? Maybe 50 minutes? Not really yet. So on YM, this is more like looking like a reversal. And if YM is closing really strong below that low, we can put in like an SMT, like this, or we are etching on NQ. It's ideal for NQ to take that high. And then look for potential shorts. I found a turtle soup sweet spot denoted by Wise. Have volume and averages, okay? That's nice for you. If it's working, why not? So this is basically an edge on NQ at the high. Technically we still have like this SMT with YM. It's looking as a leader to the downside YM. What would be the target if YM sales happened? This low? Depending on this closure, it's looking like really strong. Really, really strong. So for sales, the best is YM, but it's not looking good for any entries right now. So we just have to wait for potentially printing a good gap to continue lower. So we already have that 15-minute gap. How do you understand which asset is manipulating in the triad? So that's basically identifying the leading asset to any side. For example, today I can view this as a leader asset to the downside on YM, and this asset being the manipulation. If potentially it's taking this high, then we have the SMT. We have clean lows here to target on ES, or I mean NQ and ES both. So that's then nice to trade. But for now, NQ is not a good short yet, since we have still those highs here, these highs, and it's the strongest asset to actually short. If you are right about the direction, the middle asset is potentially a good short, so then you can short, for example, ES, or you wait for a strength switch to occur to NQ. Since it's more likely that this is the reversal signature, since we are taking a relevant levels, we are reversing this heavy. And you all see this move on the 50-minute, 30-minute, but on the 3 and 5-minute there is not really anything to engage in here. Five minutes, strength switch on gold, look. Yeah, it's at the draw now. If you squeezed out some trade here, that's fair play, nice. We got 2-stage low time frame and QES waiting on YM. But what are we waiting for? I called it off the 815. Yeah, you mean this CISD here. But it's more looking like YM is the leader asset than NQ being the leader to the upside. Current target 4921. You mean on gold? Or what? Or YM? Yeah, this draw should be the draw today, if bearish. But we will see. I think we can squeeze out the trade today. I can feel it. 200 viewers, 30 likes. Come on, we can do better. I'm not here to farm likes, but crazy expansion on RB, HO. What are the conditions? You look for trade 930 open if there is like a established high or low of the day. For example, today if you want shorts, is there a established high of the day? No. So I can then not trade away from it. So let's say I'm positioning myself between 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. Then I need some proper framework to trade away from, to call a high of the day and to have a clear draw. Since most of the time 9:30 or in this case 8:30 news is the manipulation or the distribution, and you can trade the distribution if there's a lower high of the day to trade away from. If there's no need to manipulate with the drivers, then it's just the distribution. But for now, it's more looking like we want a short. But I still wait for 10. Then we see the real closures. YM invalidating this gap. But the thing is, we are heavily expanding down with YM. So expansion, we can form a new phase of price retracement. But inside this retracement, what do we want to see? It would be nice to see some form of strength ratio on potentially NQ, since that's currently the strongest asset inside the triad. Since if YM is leading to the downside, is retracing, then the other assets that are lagging and middle should not expand higher. But it would be nice to see some form of strength risk to trade the other assets to current low of the day. And then we have a nice target here as well, these lows. And since the leader YM is failing to reverse from the lows, we can even look for potentially RTY trades to EQ of previous day range. I mean, we have a long wick, but if this is a reversal to maybe previous day low, or yeah, it's a long ass wick. RTY daily just rough, yep, just seeing that myself as well. The best asset is YM. That's the overall best asset to short, and I have the vision to go lower. Hey bro, what's up? Yo, you caught some CPI bangers or? Gold gave us nothing, nope. In my opinion, not really. You could have traded this CISD, but still. ES kinda breaking down, yeah, that's nice. YM is not stopping at all. We have nice range to work with on NQ though. Long wick on ES as well. How you be doing? Yeah, great. No trades today yet. But I think if we get some resync, I can look for a trade. You? You took some trades prior to the drive or the open? No, I'm not checking DXY. Can already anticipate the 4-hour PSP, yeah, 100%. NQ is likely, more than likely, going to be a bull candle, and I think, just a wild guess, YM is going to be a bearish 4-hour candle. Not sure though. I did ES R2I longs prior to the driver. With the CPI or 930 driver? When will you make education video? Yeah, the thing is, the things I wanted to drop, I dropped it, since it was really basic and basically my approach to the market. But the thing is, the other things like people saying in my DMs, driver pairing or uh, all those other things is already done by great teachers as well in the space. Like Garrett, T-Trace has good videos as well, so then I'm just remaking their videos. I maybe can, but for now I'm waiting. I wanna drop like one video a week with the recaps, and maybe I will add some educational videos once or twice a month as well. Really good framework to prove the high. Yep. Personally not trading CPI, NFP or anything like that. But the framework was there, of course. A live backtesting would be fire. I maybe will do that as well. Or maybe record one myself in the beginning. But the last time I did a backtest was 6 months ago, so before I will do a stream, backtesting stream, I potentially maybe upload a backtesting video myself. Asset resync. Currently Afis is making a video on that, and it's it's taking a long time to make that. But he's already really far, so it makes not really a lot of sense for me to put in like hours of work to make a video for that. So we have the closure in about a minute. Nothing new under the sun really when it comes to concepts. You can make your own videos on the same concept, but you are building your own bread. That's true, that's true. Asset sync video will take a lot of time, and I think, to be honest, that Garrett his video will be way better than if I will make a video about that, and Afis if his video will be good as well. What are you looking on energies? I longed yesterday, got fucked down here. I took like a 3 minute CISD here, with the stop around that, got stopped out here, and then it did this. But that's part of the game. One trade currently this week, being a loser. Who is Avis actually? Avis is not Splash, no, it's a different person. You're a much better teacher than Garrett, to be honest. Yeah, nice that you're saying that. But he is great to me as well. Did good stuff as well for the space, like long sessions. I longed RB as well yesterday, got break even. Mm. The best pairs to trade was actually HO, but I outlined that in the beginning of the stream. And potentially CL was even better as well, in case of reversal. Since we had like a nice gap, previous day low here, reversal here. Clean lows on HO, V-shaped reversal, and there was not really a V-shaped reversal happening yesterday here. As in a reversal, it was consolidation into expansion, retracement expansion. Not that nice, to be honest. I like you, Ferocious, but Garrett is the goat. Yeah, I agree. That's like what I'm saying as well, yeah. Okay, let me check the closures. Alright, so for now, we ask a question for YM. We are reversing this heavy from these highs. Currently, it was not looking to reverse from this low. So does it make sense to reverse from this high, these highs, reverse, all the way into, I think this is around EQ of the range. Yeah, around EQ, to then expand and go higher. Makes no sense to me at all. So it's making more sense to see a strength switch occur on NQ to short NQ. Is this offering anything? Oh, it's melting, nice. Yeah, we can think about the 4-hour Tuesday at the lows or now. Not really interested in longs, to be honest. Oh, at the lows. You mean these lows? Mm. Yeah, I think my bias is right to trade lower, but YM could not catch this trade on YM. Also not really on ES because of this long ass wick on the 4-hour to trade this as a reversal. Then I'm more willing to trade the next candle, but as y'all can see, it's going now. And for me to trade NQ is basically the worst asset to short since it's very strong. Then we need some sort of strength switch, for example, making a higher low here and then forming a CISD. Then we can short this asset, but that's not the case yet. And then I'm just sitting my ass down. I can guarantee that if there's a nice setup, the trade will come to us and we will not chase any move right now. Even though for what I'm looking at, I'm currently right about price action, but that's not. Wait. That doesn't mean I want to engage. Only 5-minute strength ratio. Yeah, that's good. Why was NQ long not good? 933. NQ long at 933. There's not even anything to long inside this candle. Also, YM expanded heavily. We could expect a small retracement, pullback, then continuation lower. Yeah, that's possible. And it would be nice to then see a strength switch indeed. But that's what I'm saying. If we see YM retrace a little, we don't want to see ES and Q explode there. At that point, we want to see the strength switch happen. I think NQ go higher too, says PSP. Possible, but that's not something I want to engage in. Makes no sense to reject from the same high throughout all the assets with YM expanding this hard and ES the middle asset following. For now, it's more looking like to me that NQ is the lagging asset to the downside. So that's basically the bias. Strengths and QH are lows. Yeah, that's possible. Patience, young, pedant. Yeah, exactly. Hmm. And Q933, I took that you're on the candle right now. But how do you take this 933 as an entry? Since there's no CISD here yet. I mean, I had the same vision to trade to that towards that high. Would NQ short be valid if CISD on a 3-minute? No, not really. In terms of price action for lower, I am bearish as well. but this is just not one of the order blocks I'm using. Like, is it even offering RR? Just one towards the low here. Bro, you sound like Zeusy. Please not. He's a scammer. If I'm not mistaken. He scammed like tons of people. But he's Dutch as well. I think people say I'm sounding like OTA as well. It's just a Dutch thing. We cannot really talk English that good, or we sound the same. I don't know what it is, but something like that. Bases are supporting higher prices. And what does bases mean? You Dutch? Yeah, I'm Dutch. 100% Dutch. Please not AX trades, please not. Frank of 369. How do you even come up with some bullshit like that? That's even crazier to me than actually putting it out there. I love Netherlands. Bro, been there 5 times since 2020. Every year. Love from Greece. That's nice. You are visiting like Amsterdam or something else? WM, yeah, YM still don't want to reverse. No, no. Bro, where are you from? Netherlands. Why? You took anything today? No, not today. Yesterday I took a loss on HO. You excited for the World Cup? What do you mean? What cup? Amsterdam, Rotterdam, Utrecht. I've been many places. There are great places as well, yeah. Is the World Cup in the Netherlands? Bro, what the fuck? Bro has no ball knowledge. Bro is here for the signals. Unmod. Unmod. Nee, maar we doen er wel aan mee. Yeah, but that's normal. Bro. How to actually unmod someone. Could we not look for YM shorts? Then I prefer some new fractal, to be honest. Hey Mats, zuigenballen. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Tell him. Brother, do you agree high time frame profiling makes good sense? Then on intraday is complicated. I don't really get the question, since I mechanically look for daily candles and 4-hour candles, and even 1 hour and 30 minute, then to lower time frame. Last warning, last warning on my days. Trolling. Do you always use 30-minute gap continuation? For continuations is nice, yes, but we can also form a fractal like this without any gap. That's good too. Three-minute we have strength switch. Where? We have no strength switch here. Yeah, I low-key like NQ cells as well, but 10 AM high on M3. 10-3. Oh yeah. Hmm. Hmm. I'm looking to get on side with a strength switch on NQ, since YM already expanded a lot, likely creating a gap. Maybe see some sort of retracement towards the gap to then continue. So ES and NQ cells are good in my opinion to catch up with YM. But I require some strength switch on NQ, and some people are calling this a strength switch, and it's a little bit tricky to be honest. Typically I'm using strength switch, for example, like this. The 3-minute highs and then into a CISD, and not consecutive candles. Or this as a strength switch, like lower high here. T-Trace NQ. Is it real T-Trace X ICT? Is that the real one? Hidden 90-minute SMT as SMT on NQ on highs in 3 minutes with bodies. It's not right marked. What do you mean? I need a signal. Yeah, I wanna trade. And I do like the market right now since I'm bearish on NQ, but on my entry time frame there's nothing to push. Are crazy, yeah. But we are likely trading away from it, so it's fine. What about YM to range low? Yeah, that's nice. But then we all want something like this. Using the gap for the new fractal. First fractal expansion, retracement expansion inside this fractal. Then we look for an entry. But we can do that. And if it's straight down melting, okay, then we missed a move. But I like those gaps to get used for lower distributions. Gaps are most common used for continuation trades. CFD and Q took that high, but that makes no sense since, or that makes sense. Maybe it's because it's manipulated, but we use futures only, or I use futures only. I was looking like 948 to 57, 3 minute. On what asset, KLab? 30-minute gap SMT would be ideal. Like yesterday, yeah. NQ, ES, YM, SMT from those. You mean those candles, this one and this one? It is a continuation signature, just not really an entry signature I use myself. Let me explain. Let me explain myself. So this is like from my video about how to find entries. And for now we are not presenting one of them. But if there is some mechanical way to enter yourself, you should do that absolutely. But there's nothing like this, an FEG into CISD or in SMT into CISD or the stop run, and maybe it costs me this move. Not really, since this one candle closed here, so it's too far from the CISD, so nothing to short there, and nothing even to enter here based on my entry profile. What are we doing on gold? Okay, that's a little bit rude. Seems like no confirmed high of the day. Yeah, the only thing is all assets are reversing from these highs. That's the main thing we see. Like this high here. And YM is not reversing from its current day low prior to it when it took the low here. So current day low, not reversing. ES is not really reversing at all yet. Can still happen though. And NQ is going towards the low as well. What's your thought? I'm not trading the 1 minute CI's 1 minute chart myself, so depends. If you are a 50-minute to 1 minute trader, you could have longed it towards this high. I saw some people in our Discord ladders doing it as well. Inside this candle, this CSD, this is invalidation, then targeting this high. That's possible, yeah. YM, yes. Yeah, we already put in half the day. I think the same. Yeah, RTR kind of looks good. Even if there's not a gap on the other asset, as long as that asset that... Whoa, I have to read it again. Even if there's not a gap. Yeah, so you mean, for example, we are closing like this on YM, and then the next 30-minute candle is trading towards this 10 a.m. high for or this SMT or this SMT, and then compared to this candle, I think. So the best thing to trade is this. It would have been so nice that we actually put in an SMT like this when YM is filling the gap. So we have strength switch here for shorts, then strength switch here to short ES or NQ, both valid. That would have been ideal if this If that can unfold, that's nice. Shit. Oh my days. Oh my days. Mats, are you here? My moderator, is he here? Ik plaatste mijn verhaal op mijn privé Instagram. Oh my days. What do you think about SMT break now on NQ? Can it reverse? If it's wanna reverse, it should be here. But do the leader assets YM and even ES looks like it's wanna reverse? No. So I think we're gonna go short. Ja, Berber. Maar ik had het al verwijderd, dus ik heb ook niet gezien wie het dan mag zien hebben. Met boeien. It is what it is. The fuck you saying? That's Dutch. Talking to a friend. Exit and Q short. Alright. From where? This CIFD here? Maar wat jij zegt. What am I saying, dog? Man, just no entry over that all, but the move is so clear, very frustrating. Yeah, 100%. But we have to detach ourselves from like the feelings when we know what's gonna unfold, but it's just not offering any entry, and that's part of the game. And it's very hard. Lower risk. No strength switch, no. Any trades? Not today. I took a loss yesterday on HO, but today no trades yet. So currently for the week I'm on one trade. You? Is the current 30-minute candle a strength switch? Technically YM is the weakest, but it has no, that's not a strength switch. We really want to measure strength switch based on previous candles. For example, like this, strength switch, and not based on like how big the candle is. Of course, you can see the strength is slowly switching, but then it's even more ideal for example, the new 30-minute on YM to open and take this high to actually make the strength switch to trade lower. That's nice. Gold. Y'all want a long gold, eh? Mm-mm-mm. Nothing to trade on gold here. Only 1 minute can be valid, but that's not what I'm doing. What should we do when the asset is out of synchronize? The answer is really simple, but it's hard um, to outline it like what you want to see to unfold. But the thing is, you want to wait for resync. So then waiting for the assets to be in sync, and that's what's happening now with ES and QYM all being bearish. And Q going. Will silver still continue higher is the question. Seeing how ES and IQ caught up, would you now choose to trade YM to previous day low since it's the closest? Yeah, but it's still the same scenario. I need like a new fractal. At least on the 30 minutes, since we not even have a new fractal on the 50 minute. See 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's more than likely to trade towards this gap. Then we have the new fractal on the 50 minute, on the 30 minute as well. That's so nice if we get that. What type of Apex account is one day to pass? I think just all of them, most of them with the promos. Waar kom je vandaan? Oosten. You? Mula. When do you require a new fractal compare to enter off? On a new open? Potentially, yeah, in the next 4-hour candle, but also if the previous 1-hour candles have expanded already. So, let me get an example. Let's say this is the new fractal. This is the C2. We are trading inside the C3 and it's already expanding. Even the C4, where we're in right now, is expanding. Then it's more than likely to get a new fractal to then continue lower. That's basically what I'm doing every time. Same scenario yesterday. Some students, private students as well, were looking for longs. So that's nice. We have the first fractal here. So C2, C3 expansion. We're not gonna risk anything inside those expansion candles at the top. Wait for a new fractal. We get the new fractal here. SMT fill as well. Why I'm not filling that gap. So we can technically trade inside this candle here as well from the gap, but also the new 30-minute candle. And then you would wait for a 5-minute or 3-minute CISD. One of the signatures I outlined. Where's the screenshot? What signature do we get? We get the stop run, this one, into CISD. So we get that here. And you could have longed that towards these highs. Pretty much slow delivery, but still it delivered pretty nice. No break evens as well. Like this. This would have been the entry from the new fractal. So after an expansion, you can expect a new phase of price, retracement, and then trade the new fractal. That's what you have here for 2.5R, 2.5R from the new fractal, like this. So then we have a new invalidation on the 30 minute, this low, towards the lower time frame as an entry signature. First fractal, second fractal. That's actually in my 1 hour to 30 minute videos. Pretty straightforward, and it's working out a lot. Look, this is what we want to see on YM. Not trying to FOMO inside any trades on YM down here with those CISD. That's not valid. We trade the new fractal, or maybe better, the strength switch. You can check 50-minute SMT fill silver. Currently I'm more looking like shorts on NQES or YM, but not that much on silver. Ferocious, to trade C2 you need SMT and key level, but high time frame is lower. I don't really get what you're saying. When 1 hour 30 minutes C3 doesn't print good, then we can wait. Of course, yes. Ferocious is so goated. Yeah, drop a like, man. 200 viewers. I'm just here outlining what I want to see in real time. Not foaming into any trades. But also with logic. So we have the 15-minute gap on NQ and on, no, not really, on ES. That can put in the SMT to go lower with YM. Currently approaching the high. Why is previous candle high and low considered the key level? Look, gonna explain that. Most of the time, for example, let's say the reversal I wanted to trade. Look, how can I make this good? Of course, we have Monday, we have this gap as well, but ignore the gap. Previous day high or low, so previous candle high or low. That's a lower time frame key level. That's this low or this low. So every previous candle high or low is a lower time frame swing high or low, so a key level as well. You use standard deviation? No, not really. I always forget to like. I mean, I'm not here for the likes, but a few likes just for the appreciation. I'm here to show some love. Bro, can you give me an overall view of higher time frame, what you look first, and I should look at my YouTube channel first before you start a daily bias? No, I'm trolling. I mean, the videos I have on my YouTube channel are straight down, straightforward, the approach I'm doing every day. If you watched all the videos and then have questions, feel free to come in my DM on like X or Instagram. Is there any specific criteria when to avoid 30-minute gap continuation and wait for? No, not really. I'm just using most of the time based on price. The 30-minute gap is printing first. So from there I'm looking for my signatures on the lower time frame to enter. These one of them. And sometimes it's failing, but that's good. Then we can look for a new entry. and sometimes it's playing out. Would YM qualify for long 4-hour C2? But what is the target then? Really don't. We are heavily reversing from the swing high, previous day high. So the draw for me, even we disrespected this gap. So I'm still leaning towards sells, towards this low. But overall, what's the usual RR you look to get? Depending on the target. Sometimes I'm close to the target. Then I need more than 2 to actually be in the trade. But overall, I'm more than content with 3R most of the time. Possible NQ shorts with strength, yeah. Yeah, so this is ideal to happen. So let me give this 3-minute CISD a shot. If it's closing. If it's closing, no it's not. Okay, then we wait. Since we are at this low, but from this low we want to seek some continuation signatures, one of these. Or, if I'm wrong about shorts, it will give some V-shaped reversal signature, and that's not unfolding yet. Can still happen, but for now I'm looking for continuation signatures. Let's see what YM is doing. Then YM should really reverse from this gap as well. Waiting. 5-minute, is there an entry on one of them? So here we have the SMT as well. Just no entry. OBs here. Oh. What is the RR? What can we target? Lots of lows here, but the first target can be like EQ. Or we, oh, that's crazy. We are close to EQ already. So for me to take this trade on the next closure, I like it to, of course, close below this candle here to make it valid. But I also want to see some sort of down movement on YM and ES both. The best would have been ES and then Q going down here. So I'm monitoring that. So if ES and NQ are in alignment for shorts, then I'm willing to take NQ shot here. Look RTY. Yo, that's crazy. It's really concerning. RTY heavily reversing, YM reversing, and Q gave an entry, but too far away, giving up a lot of RR. You in? No. Still checking. Yeah, this is not really ideal to see on all the assets. In? No. I'm just checking the older assets as well. Since to be a valid SMT here, I want the older assets to see trade away as well. Sell market. Alright, let me give this a shot. This is nice on YM. I gave it a shot here. Exactly like that. I will wait for 30-minute PSP to form. Yeah, that's possible as well. So we are approaching previous day low here with the continuation signature. That's basically why I entered the trade. And to validate, like I'm saying every time, to validate an SMT, we want to see some form of trading away from the SMT. So also YM should seek some yeah. I like the spaced out SMT on NQ. In proximity with those wicks here, it's not that long of a wick to me. That's a little bit the discretionary thing inside this, like what is a long wick, what is a small wick. That's something you have to determine for yourself. But it's not looking like on lower time frame yet that we want to reverse from previous day low, but I can still be wrong and we can see NQ go higher. But for now everything is thick here to trade lower prices. Mechanical, for example, 3R. I outline like exactly what I want to see with YM, and YM, if it's forming a new fractal here, it's still valid as well. Are you in a trade? No, I'm in it right now. What is ES doing? Not really a lot. So for entry wise, I traded for now this signature, the gap into the CISD, failure to reverse from previous day low. Yo. Yeah, we are failing to reverse from previous day low. Can I remove this? So all the rules are ticked, all the rules are there for me. I have traded this a lot, these setups. Clear strength switch. Maybe we can still trade YM as well with this new fractal here. That's a possibility as well. But we have to, yo. So that's good feedback. You took NQ, yes. I said it like that, I took it exactly, I think inside this candle still. But RTY is just too crazy for shorts. Not looking nice. YM still good as well. New fractal here. So this is exactly, let me put it up for y'all. I think Garrett is saying this as well, but it's good to pull it up for y'all. Look. How to use. So if the reversal happened, wait for a new fractal. Of course, this gap is now bigger on YM, but always look for a new fractal after the retracement, new phase of price, and then continuation. So that's what I did, wait for the new fractal, and we formed the SMT. So that's very valid to trade. Yo, is it wicking? It is. Back to BE. We can anticipate in a new M30 SC3 and yes. That's what I'm saying, yeah. But then the thing is right now, NQ and ES should both start the expansion down inside current candle, since if it's not, we can still see also ES and NQ go to the gap and then go lower to the new gap that's created. So then you form like this two stage potentially with the new 30-minute candle on ES going into the gap, with the new 30-minute candle on NQ going into the gap as well, and then YM is forming like this. That's a possibility as well. So it's the ideal scenario right now is to seek some expansion within current 30-minute candle, but this is ass. It's more looking like it's gonna CISD higher right now, but we will see. Our invalidation is this SMT that is put in here. This one. So we will see. Can you show your trade? I mean, it's here. Do you not? No, I'm not going break even. My rules to break even is after a mechanical, this is like my entry and my trade, after a mechanical 2R, so that would be here. This is the break even level mechanical. Since after we're doing like this of an expansion away from my entry and my invalidation, for example this, it's not really ideal to retrace to the break even and then go lower still. So that's why I go break even at 2R mechanically. Yes, and Q, or I mean YM is overall weaker, but we form the strength switch based on candle closures. Look. So we have currently this SMT here. This one. This one. Strength is switching, so NQ was stronger first, but it's indicating weakness here. Even though I get what you're saying, we can clearly see YM is way lower in the range, but still it's an SMT and it's valid to trade for me. Oh my days, Avicii is on the same as well. Yeah, it's done. Jesus Christ. What an ass delivery though. You are concerned now, have you? How are you so calm? What has improved that you are always so calm? Doing this for a long time, I think. Bro, this slice, did you make it? I made it on Figma, but this is straight up ass delivery. Stopping us out here. I'm still overall bearish since still YM is the leading asset to the downside, but we had the strength switch. So it was a valid trade to take, and I just went inside the ladder Discord and most of them are on it as well. Yeah, I see a fish on it as well. So this is more of a mechanical trade. I think these signal botters are mad now, but based on our logic we are trading. Other instructors and mentors took the same. Yes, and what did we do? We formed the SMT and YM was reversing here from the SMT as well. And that's what we wanted to see. Yo, my boy, yo. Hi Ferocious, you took a trade. Yes, I took this and Q sell here. Around this candle here, but it's currently reversing from previous day low. Maybe same thing but 1 hour. Nah, this is not really looking good, to be honest. Long wick on the yes. That's not ideal. Unfortunate, same trade got stopped out. What do you think? What do you think happened? I think we got stopped out. I'm not sure though. Liking the look of YM. Yeah, it's still looking very good on the 30-minute here. With this fractal. And will it switch strength back to YM? Since this is what I said a few minutes ago. We had the SMT lower. But since ES is closing near this 30-minute candle high, potentially in a few minutes, it can still take the high, and then we have a 2-stage here as continuation on YM still to go to the lows here. Please see euro. Why? Let's go. Short YM. You are short YM right now? Yeah, that's what I would be looking at to be able to take this. this can still unfold. And if this is going to unfold in the next 30-minute candle, then I'm willing to take that trade as my last trade of the day. YM did not make CISD, but you don't wait. Check CSD. Most of the time I'm waiting for the reaction, yes. Just to see some form of reversal from that level, since on the 5-minute the CISD for YM is down here, and the 3-minute is down there, so that's not even really possible to CISD as well on YM. But let's see if we get a shot on YM. Is it just one stage continuation you're looking at? I did trade the one stage continuation on NQ, yes. About to short YM when we get this 2 stage. Yeah, I'm looking for it myself as well, yeah. So we have the closures. So now we just want to see NQ or ES take out this high from the gap. Then we short YM for the last shot of the day. You took any trades today? Yes, I took NQ sell. Continuation signature here, but still looking to wait. Still looking to find a continuation lower on YM if NQ or ES are taking out previous 30-minute high for the SMT. So I think we did. No. We are about to do. Why do you still want to short? Is there any drawn liquidity? I mean, the overall direction to me is bearish. We are reversing on all assets from these highs. Reversal. YM is not reversing from its current day low. Don't you know? Bro, is NQ really etching that high here? That's so ass. It better takes the high and just melt and... Come on. Oh. Or ES, that's fine too. Spike to that high. Why does it need to spike that? Since then we can trade this as a 2-stage on YM for continuations on YM. Then we have like this SMT and this SMT like that. So basically like this, indicating the strength switching back and to YM here to then continue lower. But this is the latest thing I'm looking at. If this is not gonna unfold here and YM is going higher, ES is going higher, etc., then I'm just calling it a day. What's the point of it if we already have one stage? There's not really a point of it, since I can trade one stage continuations like I did on NQ. But this is more than likely to unfold before we go lower, since NQ and ES both closed very near its previous 30-minute candles high and this gap, so it's likely going to the gap. And if we then are synced to go lower, that's really nice. And I just think NQ and ES are not going to sell until they take these highs here. That's basically the reasoning. So for me to likely trade the sync market, they are going to hit that high. When is Bitcoin bullish? I don't know. I think it's very bullish now. But overall, daily consolidation phase. They are playing around with the high, yeah. Yeah, maybe we do not get a trade here. I don't know. Look like DXY rally up, will rally up. DXY. I know gold will be 55k, but there is no setup for this month. You wanna swing gold or in general? Hey bro, how much risk on evaluations? Really depends on what you um, do stage. It really depends on how many accounts you're gonna trade. Okay, wait. Let us monitor what we're gonna do here. Are we gonna reverse? Then I'm taking the CISD on YM. Is there a 3-minute? I'm gonna take the 5-minute or the 3-minute. I think they both happen the same. Let me check. It's either gonna be one of them. Are there any prop firms that I can use the MetaTrader? Yes, a lot, but for futures not really. MetaTrader is just for Forex. Or you want to trade the CFD, that's possible as well. Both the 3-minute and 5-minute are currently looking valid. And of course the 3-minute is providing first. But the 5-minute should close as well. If the 3-minute is not offering, we wait for 5. Yeah, likely 5-minute. Yep, waiting for the 5-minute here to do something, or it's just likely gonna be ass. It's better if NQ is gonna see ISD as well. ES SMT filled 30-minute, yeah. Yo. That's my Apple Watch. You normally predict your trades, like now you have predicted a possible 2, yes. I just outline what I wanna see to take a trade, and of course I'm open to if price action is showing me otherwise, or what I wanna do something else, then I'm open for that as well. Let me put my Apple Watch out. Boom. It's nice if NQ sees these away from it as well. Then we can really confirm the SMT being put in with the even the stronger asset, NQ in this case, CISD as well, and the other assets as well, like ES, YM, all of them. If it's not delivering in a bit, then I'm gonna call it a day, but yeah, she is. How do you know? I love trading, this shit is super fun. You just started with trading, or in general? You actually are already traded, or you're waiting as well, just like me? If it don't do it, this candle, I think I call it. Yeah, it should happen fast, these CISDs on all the assets, and it's not unfolding here. Nah, just in general, yeah, me too. I mean, it's more than a waiting game. Today you are targeting how many R, depending on the setup. Setup most of the time 4, 3. 3 is the average. Thanks for talking me through this session, helps a lot. Yeah, and I think for more people as well, you can get really caught up in any intraday price movement on the lower time frame, and that can be hard. So that's also why I'm doing this. Had you trade today? Yes, I took NQ sales prior. I took it here, around this level. I learned a lot today, especially about exercising patience. Yeah, very good to hear that y'all still learning. Even I took this loss here. That was a valid short. For me it was, yes. And I saw some instructors and mentors in our Discord as well taking it, so mechanically it was just a mechanical trade from our end. You don't trade Forex, do you? No, I did in the past, but currently I'm more focused on futures. My last Forex trade is 6 months ago, around that time. Was your win rate around 70%? Why did you switch from Forex? Since it was very ass. Back around summer, I think it was summer. Inside this price action, I decided to test some futures on the side as well. And it turned out working good, so then I switched to futures. Don't you worry. What's the main difference between futures and Forex? I think with our concepts that Forex is way easier to read and better to trade, more mechanical, if that makes sense. Makes sense. I did that too. Yeah, it was just ass, and I decided from, yeah, it was more like I had time to look into futures since I was not really. Yeah, my mic just turned off. That's happening like every 30 minutes when since I'm not streaming anything on my PC. Yeah, no sound, I know. Every like 30 minutes my mic is shutting off since there is no sound on my PC at all. And then it's turning off. But I think ES and Q going higher and YEM. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it here. Um, yeah, we can go for data highs on NQ, but I'm not willing to trade that. Since then we have a long wick on NQ here. So we have both sides, long reversal candle here and the long one here. So I'm totally fine with calling it a day. I actually had a um, conversation with a student as well that sometimes it's just fine to step away from a loss in general and not trying to look for getting it back or for another trade in the market, just stepping away. Um, I just know my next trade likely, since now I have two losses to begin the week with. My next trade is more than likely gonna be a winner, and then I'm in profit already. So that's how you should think about it. And next trade, I'm not scared to cut my trade off with 2R, for example, to secure the profits and being break even. No, I'm just playing the edge every time, break even at 2R, just mechanical doing my shit. And if you are gonna do stupid things now with your next trade, like closing it with 1R just to secure some profits, and you see it run to 3R, 4R, that's mentally very draining. Would love to be a one-on-one mentor by you, maybe in the future. Risk management is key, yeah, and just following the edge. Don't do anything stupid with your next trades, cutting it off early, like I said. since you want to maximize your winners, your winning positions. And for now I'm on min 1, down 0, down, down 1, down 1. And let's say my next trade is a winning trade, but I decide to cut it off with 1 or, for example, 2R. Then I'm or still in drawdown or still at break even. And in potential, my next trade can be a 3R as well, and then you are back in profit. So you have to think about it like this. Just play the edge. There's a lot of structure in Forex. It's hard to read that. How do you read it? Yeah, most of the structure is ass, in my opinion. Mechanically and with the open as well and the news drivers, for me, futures is way better to read at all. Do you do backtest? No, I'm not backtesting at all. I maybe will do it for my YouTube channel, like video wise, or I'm planning a stream, but for now not. The day my trading got better is when you just started aiming or doing 2R minimum and not going for 1R. Yep, exactly. Since then you are maximizing your winner positions and your the good trades. Not that your losers are bad trades, but the trades that are actually doing good. There are you securing your profits that will make up for the losers. Will it then happen? More looking like consolidation, but I still think the draw is lower. Deep retracement on NQ, not looking to CISD yet. Same for ES. Was who I am reversed. Yeah, but I need some reversal on the middle, ES as well, and it's even better if NQ reverses as well, and if not, then it's likely not gonna happen. So it's nice if, for example, ES is CISDing away from it as well. Wick size is supporting lower prices still on ES as well. But yeah, price action is after today. I will skip today. Yeah, I'm most likely call it a day here. Yeah. Loved to talk with y'all. The stream, I streamed like 2 hours, I think. Hella long. Yeah, I'm gonna call it a day. We'll be back like next week, I guess, since I'm streaming in Lathyrus as well. Um, I hope y'all learned something today, like what you wanna see to take a trade, what is likely to happen inside the triad movement, etc., like that. And thanks for the stream. Yeah, no worries, man. Thank you for all the likes. Like 100 likes is good. I appreciate it a lot for y'all being here. Good session. Yeah, good session. Good session. See y'all in the next one. Peace, peace, peace.